We are here with Chris Justice, who heads Global Payments Gaming, which, as the name implies, is the division handling gaming for the gigantic global gaming financial services enterprise. And Chris, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Frank. It's great to be here. Good to see you in person. It's been a couple of years since I've seen you on the other side of anything but a screen.
That's right. That's right. I'm glad you're here. And given it has been so long, give us a little update on what has been transpiring at Global Gaming Payments during this time and what you're planning for the future.
You bet. You bet. Well, certainly I think the top two growth segments in the industry are certainly the top two growth segments that we pay attention to. Certainly the interactive gaming and sports betting growth across the country, which is certainly expected to triple over the course of the next several years, has definitely been an area of focus for us as a business. We've really spent a lot of time working hand in hand with our operators in really trying to perfect the customer experience, which is really kind of pervasive throughout all of the things that we do. And then on the cashless side of things, since the successful launch of our mobile cashless funding solution, at a couple of properties, we were seeing tremendous results relative to consumer adoption and really the shift in payments from traditional methods into mobile, which is really helping our operators drive some tremendous results. And so we've been really very, very satisfied with how that's going, but yet certainly the game doesn't end there for us. We're one of those companies that's just never satisfied with anything that's produced, so we're continually trying to get better and better and better. So we've enabled a variety of things, from trying to create a full-on ecosystem whereby our 3 million VIP preferred customers that leverage our solution across the industry, both in the physical and digital property of the world's entertainment leaders. We're really trying to leverage digital nurturing and a variety of things that help to engage our customer base better, which then drives more affinity to the operator and drives increased frequency and adoption. And we're highly surprised at just some of the success that we're able to generate there, which starts to really stack and become additive value when it comes to some of these segments that we're driving. So really exciting.
Yeah, a few years ago, we talked about cash access and maybe credit verification, and now you've just got this whole panoply of products and services in fintech today.
Oh, absolutely. It's we really tried to create this customer-focused ecosystem whereby all of our products, while they work independently, they are really intended to work in concert with each other and to really try to drive consumer choice. Because at the end of the day, the consumer is the thing that really matters most to us, even though it's the operator that buys the products and services. Without delivering that value to the consumer, whatever those investments are truly wasted. So our integrated ecosystem is really meant to provide the choice in the preferred way that a consumer would like to pay. So for a consumer who wants to go visit the cage or wants to go to a kiosk, we fully automate those processes so that we eliminate standing in line in congested spaces and certainly face-to-face transactions. But likewise, now with cashless, we've been able to effectively put a kiosk into the hands of a consumer and are seeing just tremendous shifts in volume from traditional payment methods down to the mobile device, as well as a significant consolidation of gaming wallet spend down to places where the consumer finds far more value and convenience to everything that they're doing. So it's been exciting.
You're finding consumer acceptance of cashless, including people maybe of my age?
Well, it's especially people of your age, or let me say this, our age, because let's face it, when you start to look at across every demographic, today's consumer is truly on demand, and there are more people that have a smartphone than have running water around the world. So my mother's 78 years old, and she's on her Android all day, every day, and from the number of consumers that we've had, I would say the majority of them, well, they're the typical casino demographic, 55 plus years of age, and there's not a one of them who hasn't gravitated toward the ease and convenience of being able to play their favorite game out of the palm of and fund their game out of the palm of their hand, simply because whether they're handicapped or just things are harder to get around, right, as we get a little older. That long pilgrimage to the cage or having to stand in line, it's just not conducive to the way people want to do things today. So, yeah, we've seen significant adoption across the generations, but especially those that are older.
As gaming converges into these different types, online and omni-channel and casual and all those other types of activities, you also have vulnerability and risk.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of the issues involving, or solutions perhaps, to cybersecurity and customer privacy?
Well, that's a great question. Certainly a lot to unpack there. Global Payments as a business, right? Fortune 500, $60 billion company. There's nothing more important to our organization than data security and privacy. And the number of fintech rules and regs associated with all of that, outside of gaming rules and regs, right, are significant, and the fines and penalties are extraordinary. So we really look at that in particularly very closely. So everything that we do, we apply the same bank grade level of security that we apply to the millions of other customers that we have around the world, and then the thousands of financial institutions that we process for. Primarily because the protection of you, your personal information, your accounts, your financials is very, very, very important. So as we looked at things, for example, like the mobile cashless solution, we use multi-factor authentication and strong encryption and a variety of other mechanisms to make sure that you and your information are safe and protected. And I think that's one of the areas where we've prided ourselves in that, unlike some of the other solutions that kind of strip away a lot of those bank grade protections, ours actually takes and enhances the systems that are in place today and adds a lot more security protocols to protect the consumer.
Maybe related, perhaps, is responsible gaming. One of the things that we're led to believe is that in a technological age, we actually have more tools to effectuate responsible gaming than in the old days.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree. And I think I would look at it where I think a lot of responsible gaming today is really based on the fear, doubt, and uncertainty of what is gaming, what is it going to do, and what have you. And I think we've all got, certainly responsibility, as businesses and as players in this ecosystem, right, to make sure that we're protecting the public at large. One of the things we did is, working collaboratively with UNLV on the cashless gaming's impact on responsible gaming, and so we've exchanged a lot of data with UNLV and are really at that point, right, letting them do their process to truly research what is the impact and what are some things that we can be doing. Because really where I see responsible gaming kind of in the next phase of the ecosystem is that we've got the ability through technology to apply tools and education and a variety of things that are important to help someone, right, help themselves that we can't do today in the cash environment. Because I can certainly here in Vegas, right, I can go take $20 and I can go to Walgreens or I can go to any one of the supermarkets and readily play games. But at least with technology, right, we know when the consumer is participating, if they've self-excluded, if they've applied limits, if they've tried to put time frames in place and what have you, we've at least got the ability to, let me say, air quotes here, right, enforce those kinds of things. Or if somebody is certainly disassociated from gaming by a regulatory body, you've got the ability to eliminate them from participating anywhere, not just trying to catch somebody in this completely anonymous way. So I think technology has an opportunity for us to really be able to help those that truly need help without painting all consumers with the brush of friction that just because we fear what we don't know.
We're at G2E, and you have a booth here.
We do.
What should someone look for at the Global Payments booth here at G2E?
Wow. I think we've got the most exciting things to talk about, really, of pretty much anybody that's out there. Certainly the cashless ecosystem, I think, is certainly a hot topic today, and it's very much a hot commodity from the standpoint that as we've rolled out the only ticket-based solution in the marketplace, which means it leverages the trusted systems that are already in the casino. So the change management required to implement our service is significantly lower bar or barrier to entry than anything else, especially when you think about the fact that almost everybody is short-staffed. So you think about implementing a solution where you've got to go make wholesale training changes to how the staff is doing business, very, very difficult. So we've made that process easy. It's also a casino-branded app that allows you to effectively consumer to come in with no money in their pocket, fund up the casino without any middleman involved, play their favorite game and cash out quickly, easily, and consistently like you would with Uber, Amazon, or any of the other popular apps that are in their pocket. It's also connected to a full-on retail ecosystem, so I can take that same money, I can go to the restaurant, I could go to any of my entertainment venues and be able to use my mobile phone to pay anywhere within the resort, and including moving money into my sports betting account or my online gaming account. So truly trying to make a completely cohesive ecosystem that really works for gaming.
Okay, great. Chris, it's a really good overview. Anything else you would like to share about global payments?
No, hey, come see us, 4411.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Thank you.
Terrific. Frank, thanks so much. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Absolutely.